So in Blueprint 1, we started with the brain functions. So that our brain could tolerate the things that we're going to do to it. You know, because the way your brain was before you came into Blueprint 1 was just a big compensation. That's all it was. It wasn't working together, and we have never found anybody go into Blueprint 1 who had any single brain function working normally. We did the research in Blueprint 1 on mentally handicapped children, thinking, well, if we can help them, then we'll surely be able to help, normal people. It's the other way around. We helped the mentally handicapped kids, and we couldn't help the normal people because they didn't want to be helped. Okay. So anyway, part of the reasoning, or part of the reason why they didn't want to be helped, was the second part of Blueprint 1, which was the negative self. And it's a psychological defense pattern. That's really all it is. But if I said to you, oh, look, the next thing we're going to do is clear your psychological defense pattern, you go, oh yeah, okay, that's good. But if I say to you, we're going to destroy your negative self, something goes, aha, that's the something that we have to nail. Because that something will stop you from being able to utilise your hypnotic structures for your own good. It'll actually use it to destroy you. And so people who get caught up in the negativity of life and etc., get caught up in the negative patterns of their inherited patterns in their genetic system, in their genetic energy. So Blueprint 1 helped us to prepare for Blueprint 2. Now at the end of this process of destroying negative self, people feel lots of different things. Lots of different things. But the first thing they say is it really gone? Did I really destroy the negative? Can you just check and see? Well, this is the very next symptom of the process. And that's why in Blueprint 2, we start with doubt. And I'll describe to you what it's about and why it's significant and how we're going to deal with it. But you get through this negative self process, the very next thing that your mind is going to try and work out is this doubt process. So every time we do Blueprint 1, someone comes up, can you just muscle test and see if it really went? I don't think they did the process properly. Can you just do it? It's like, okay. Well, that's where we start the processing. Doubt. Now, this is not just a process related specifically to Blueprint. This is a process you can apply to anything in your life, right? It's actually been. Well, anyway, when we get to that, you'll see how that's constructed. So then we go into the series of balances that are dealing with the hypnotic structure. There's a number of them. We'll be going through these basically to change the existing conditioning on your hypnotic structures, so that will help you to help yourself later. In the use of this, you're going to find all sorts of really fascinating challenges, because if I said to you, look, if you really think hard enough and you really believe strong enough and you really put the energy and the feeling into being a millionaire, then you'll become a millionaire. And you go, oh yeah, I'll have that. Why? Because you want them to be a millionaire, but you actually don't want to have to do it. Everybody wants it like that. Well, if I said you had a magic genie who could give it to you like that, you go, oh, even better. Yeah, right. Well, you do have that magic genie, but it hasn't been trained to listen to you because you haven't been talking to it. That's your hypnotic structure. If you want to have something really, 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 and you think back in your life when you have achieved that something, you had to change to achieve it. Something had to change. If you want a big thing, you're going to have to make big changes. Well, if you're still holding on to your negative self, it takes the opportunity to make some change, but not enough for you to be successful. And then when you fail, you create lots of negative charge, and the negative self goes, yes! So we're going to do an evidence procedure. At the end, this evidence procedure is to convince your belief systems that this is real. Because we tend to give our belief systems another life, another character. You know? Evidence procedure.